Hi, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals. First game tonight, Region 10 Division II Men's Basketball Championship. We're coming to you live from the Swartz Center here on the campus of Cape Fear Community College in Wilmington. And Kevin Gardner, this is going to be a great game. These two teams know each other very well. Davidson, Davie, the #1 seeded Storm, taking on the 4th seeded Trojans of Fayetteville Tech. They split the regular season, and tonight should be one of those really, really good contests.
Oh, yeah. Every time these two teams get together, it seems like it's a really special outcome. And we've had a lot of fun watching them over the last several years, and tonight I don't think it's going to be any different. I think if you look at these last two games this year, that last game was on the road at Fayetteville Tech, and Fayetteville Tech kind of raised some eyebrows. They were having maybe a little bit of a difficult season. Storm walked in, and they knocked them off. It's a 32-point victory. Kind of the keys to that game for the Storm, sharing is carrying, a whole lot of assists. Been 22 times this season the Storm has gotten 10 assists or more. The one time they did not get at least 10 assists this season, January 29th at Fayetteville Tech, where the Trojans held them to just 7. Now, if you look at what Fayetteville Tech did that night, they were able to shoot nearly 60% from the three-point line, including 5 of 7 from Tristan Harkins, who had 24 that night. They'll be looking to recreate some magic tonight on this floor in Wilmington and see if they can take a step closer to Danville.
They hit 12 three-point shots that night in the win. Not something they typically would do. They've got the best three-point percentage in the league, but they're the 7th team in the number of threes they take, so they don't take a lot of them. Both of these teams really hot coming into this, 9-1 in their last 10 games. Fayetteville Tech on a winning streak. I think they're on a 9-game winning streak coming in here, so they're probably the hottest team. But boy, the Storm, they're number 7 in the country. This is going to be a great, great contest. Set the starting lineups for you for Fayetteville Tech. Tristan Hawkins, Jaden Pitt, Melquan Jackson, Jaleel Green, and Tajon McDaniel McCormick will be your starting 5. For the Storm, you got Lamonte Cowser. McCormick right to the bucket for the first points of the game. Lamonte Cowser, Aiden Taylor, Dane Stewart, Will Gray, and Jamal Crisp are your starting 5 for the Storm. Fayetteville Tech, one of the best defenses in the league, allowing only 76 points a ball game, and Dane Stewart misses on that 3 attempt.
Yeah, and the Storm will be hoping that some of the three-point shooters can get rolling. They've struggled a bit at times throughout the season and would like to see a couple fall here early to get them going. Well,
the Storm can light the scoreboard up. Number 3 in the nation in points per game, just shy of 100 points per game. And Cowser going to draw a foul as he hits Jaden Pitt going to the bucket.
Well, if there's anybody you want to get in foul trouble early, it's Lamonte Cowser. Usually pretty smart, but right now he's the Region 10 Player of the Year for the regular season. So if you can get him in trouble, you'd like that if you're Fayetteville Tech.
He took away a lot of hardware yesterday. The Region 10 Freshman of the Year, the Offensive Player of the Year, and the Player of the Year. So quite a haul for Lamonte. Jaden Pitt gets both of those free throws to go down, and Fayetteville Tech up early 4-0. Storm will work the ball around against this tough Trojan defense. Will Gray penetrates, kicks it out. Dane Stewart gets a little lift over Green, but can't get the bucket to go in. Green's going to be a presence in there. Jaleel is one of the best shot blockers in the country.
Well, he had a great game yesterday, didn't he? Had a tremendous presence, and he was all over the place, blocking shots, but more importantly, adjusting shots a lot. People got into the air and saw his presence, and he did it without foul trouble. So very great player. I mean, we've enjoyed watching him this weekend so far, and we'll see what he can turn in tonight.
He had 13 points in that win last night against Cleveland, the Yetis, but it was more his work on the glass and his defensive presence, I think, than the 13 points that made a difference. Ethan English checks back in for the Storm, and he misses on that layup. The Storm off to a cold start here. Good quick hands by Stewart on Harkins. I think he's going to travel. The backcourt. Great pressure defense there by Stewart.
Yeah, Danny's known for his pressure defense. On ball, he is really solid, quick feet. And there's a great example of it. He's able to get some quick hands in there and create some havoc.
Quick on defense, but he's only 5'11", but let me tell you, he can get up. That guy can sky. He had a dunk last night in the win for Davidson Davie that was just amazing. Fayetteville Tech going to slow it down. Ethan English with the steal, drives hard to the bucket, can't get it to go, but Jamal Crisp follows. Crisp, nice hustle down the court. Jamal playing on an injured leg, hurt it yesterday hitting the support for the goalpost here, and he is starting, but he's not 100%.
Yeah, I was watching him pregame, and it certainly seemed to impact his motion a little bit. I mean, he looks okay right now, but no doubt it's got to be hurting him.
Nice pass into Green. Someone didn't pick him up on defense, and Green gets an easy slam, and Trojans out now 6-2.
I think Crisp was clearly anticipating some rotation behind him when he went out to the free throw line and left Green alone, but it wasn't there. Whatever the communication was, it was a breakdown.
Crisp looking to get the ball away. He does to Stewart. 10 on the shot clock. Stewart kicks it over to Taylor. He can't hold it, and that's a turnover by the Storm. Coming in now for Dane Stewart is Kobe Parker. Also Will Gray checking back in for Aiden Taylor. And then checking in for Fayetteville Tech. Well, actually, Malquan Jackson just going over to the bench to inbound the ball.
Good start if you're Fayetteville Tech so far. Difference for Davidson. Davie, they've had a couple point-blank looks that they haven't been able to put in the bucket.
McCormick with a head fake, drives on Cowser. Lamonte going to get the block, but they're going to call Lamonte for a foul. Big foul. That's his second foul. Lamonte got him with the arm.
Yeah, he did, and probably part of the strategy Coach Hurd and the Trojan staff is to go right at Lamonte Cowser. We've seen that in the first couple of possessions, and that's 2 quick fouls. Storm has a very deep bench, but that's not going to help.
Well, it's hard to replace 22.1 points a ball game. He is number 12 in the nation in points per game, and he's going to go have a seat for a while. Javier Ortiz will check in for Davidson Davie. Now, Javier, not the big scorer, but he brings a lot of energy to the floor when he comes in.
Yeah, the word defensive intensity was created around him.
And McCormick's going to get both of his free throws, and Fayetteville Tech leads 8-2, 16:20 left to go in this first half. Beautiful gymnasium here at Cape Fear Community College. They've had a lot of basketball here today. 4 women's games earlier, and they'll have a couple of men's games tonight. Nice drive to the bucket by Jaden Pitt. He gets the bucket, and there's going to be a foul. Foul's going to be on Ethan English.
That's the classic coaching them up. Somebody's just got to stop ball, and no one stopped Pitt on his way to the rim. He's got a chance for a 3-point play now.
Ethan's first foul. That's the Storm's third foul. Fayetteville Tech yet to scratch in the foul column. Jaden Pitt, a 79% free throw shooter, misses the free throw, and Aiden Taylor's going to haul it down. Boy, Pitt giving Taylor fits there. Lopez is going to take it, get it back to Taylor. Ethan English will drive, kick it to Parker in the corner, and Kobe can't hit the 3, but nice rebound there by Javier Ortiz, and he's going to be fouled by McCormick. And we got timeout on the court, 15:43 left to go here in the first half. Fayetteville Tech out on top early, 10-2, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, I think the story right now is the Storm have been unable to find the bottom of the bucket. They've had some close looks where they've missed some layups, and then the three-pointers just have not been able to get knocked down. In that case, right, just a moment ago, Kobe Parker had a pretty good look at it, just couldn't hit it. And if the Storm are, can't hit some buckets, they're going to be struggling. Fayetteville Tech's taking advantage of their opportunities. Early story, you got Lamonte Cowser. They were going straight at him, gotten a couple of fouls on him early, and so now he's out of the game. But Fayetteville Tech's been taking advantage of it. They've hit 4 free throws themselves. So really Fayetteville Tech came out like they started the last game at Fayetteville Tech, where they got on top early and just never looked back. Storm can't allow that if they want to try to win here in Wilmington.
The 2 fouls on Cowser are big, but I will say this about Coach Matt Ridge and his Davidson Davie Storm. If there's one thing they're deep. They've got a deep bench, and they've got a lot of talent on that bench. So even though you missed that 22.1 points a ball game in his rebounding prowess, they've got talent to come off the bench that somebody can fill the gap.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen that all year long from the Storm, where if you watch their games, you're going to see a lot of guys that can put up a lot of points and quickly.
Coming out of the timeout, Storm will stay with their 5, and Fayetteville Tech also. Kobe Parker looking for a 3-point shot. Kobe's a little cold in the tourney. Three-point shot and a miss there by Jaden Pitt. And Aiden Taylor gets knocked down as he fights for the rebound. The foul will be called on Nigel Vincent. That's his first.
Aiden Taylor with a great game yesterday. He's one of those players, comes in averaging 13 points a game, including yesterday's contest. And he doesn't always do the highlight reel stuff, but throughout the game you look up and suddenly he's got 10, 12 points every night.
Had 22 yesterday. Ethan English drives hard to the bucket, can't get the ball to go in, but Taylor, nice job off the boards and a putback. Aiden Taylor with his first bucket of the game. Aiden had 22, Lamonte had 26, Crisp had 19 for the Storm. Really, nobody else outside of those three had a lot of points for Davidson Davie, and they're going to need some points from their other guys tonight. Ortiz fouls Green as he goes in for that jam. That'll be Javier's first foul.
Green standing 6'8". Ortiz is giving up about 4 inches on him, and you could tell that difference there when Green went up for the dunk.
Green is, he was nominated. He won the award of Defensive Player of the Year in Region 10 yesterday. And he is number 6 in the nation in block shots. So he is a defensive prowess, presence.
Yeah, and he's a sophomore. It'll be hopefully for him moving on to NCAA and AIA.
I have to say some four-year schools are looking for him.
I think with the smart basketball that he plays and the size that he's got, I got to think he's going to find a home somewhere and can probably produce a lot at the next level.
Dane Stewart going to kick it over to Taylor, and Fayetteville Tech on that sticky defense. Man-to-man defense. Aiden's going to take Harkins. Going to drive to the bucket, and Taylor, shot's going to be blocked by Green, and that's what we were talking about a moment ago.
Yeah, and that's just good rotation and timing on his part. He kind of smelled that coming, and he went after it, timed it up perfectly.
Will Gray going to check in for Javier Ortiz. Coach Ridge will continue to rotate those players. Dane Stewart on, they're looking for a foul. He missed the dunk on the inbounds. That was a nice looking play. And on the other end, Harkins gets a layup over Aiden Taylor. And then on the other end, Jamal Crisp gets the dunk, and he is fouled. So, Kevin, a lot of action on both ends of the court.
That was quick. I couldn't even keep up with it. I'm watching Tristan Harkins pick himself up on the other end of the court. Next thing I know, Jamal Crisp was flying through the air when I turned my head.
Well, Jamal wasn't 100% coming into the game. He looked like it there. Just an awesome job of running the court by the big guy. Gets the dunk, and the foul is going to be on Vincent. That's Vincent's second foul. He'll come out of the game. Checking in for Fayetteville Tech is Xavier Whitaker, and Sturdivant going to come in as well. 13-6 your score. Jamal Crisp trying to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play and can't get the free throw to go down. Harkins going to push it up. Both of these teams got a little beat up yesterday. Harkins took a bad fall, maybe twisted an ankle yesterday, but he looks to be in pretty good shape right now. Sturdivant from 3. Can't get it, and tie up. Ethan English and Green tie it up, and it'll be Storm basketball. Good hustle by Ethan English. Dan Truey, Vicky Brighton out there listening in, chatting in on Facebook. Dan's a Storm fan, and Vicky also pulling for the Trojans. Will Gray with a nice backdoor cut and layup.
Boy, and that's just a great look by Ethan English to find Will Gray cutting to the bucket.
Storm pulling this thing a little closer now. 5-point Trojan lead. Nice pass inside to Pitt, and he's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be on Jamal Crisp. That'll be his first. 2 shots for Pitt. Pitt had 14 points last night in that win over Cleveland Community College. Gets that one to go in. He's got 5. The Storm beat Central Carolina to make it here yesterday, 86-71, and Fayetteville Tech beat Cleveland 72-62. All the top seeds won yesterday.
Yeah, 4 great ball games, but all the top seeds did manage to advance. But a lot of fun. All those ball games were competitive. well into the second half, and we enjoyed the basketball from here in Region 10, everything we expected it might be.
English looks to drive. He's cut off. Chris coming out to set the screen. English with a nice little spin move. Aiden Taylor thought about the three, then pulled it down. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Will Gray's going to drive to the bucket. Kicks it over to English, and English gets a shot off. He's going to be fouled, and the foul will be on Xavier Whitaker, his first. Good job. Good aggressive move to the bucket by English as that shot clock was winding down.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a bailout by Fayetteville Tech. They played great defense for 29 seconds, and Ethan English is driving towards the basket, not necessarily under control, and they foul him and send him to the free throw line.
And Ethan English is a fantastic free throw shooter. 81% on the season, and
very nearly jinxed him.
I didn't want to do that. Redshirt sophomore out of Roanoke, Virginia. They call him E-Money because he's always on the money with his shot, with that free throw. Good young man. All these guys out here, great young man on both sides of the table here. Ethan misses the free throw, and Storm down by 6 now, 15-9. Fayetteville Tech methodically working the ball up the court. Sturdivant kicks it over to Jackson, back to Whitaker, back to Pitt. Pitt driving to the bucket, will be fouled. I think that'll be on Will Gray. Pitt has made up his mind in this game. He is going to take that ball to the bucket.
Yeah, that looks to be the strategy, and he did some of that yesterday. Clearly a floor general type of mentality, but this game it looks to be even more intently focused on trying to drive every time he gets the ball.
Sturdivant looking for the three, pulls it back down, rips it over into the corner to Pitt. Sturdivant hit some three-point shots in that game last night that I thought were pretty timely. McCormick inside, good block by Aiden Taylor. Storm can't get a rebound. I think Dane Stewart's going to step out of bounds as he tried to secure that loose ball, and it'll be Trojan basketball.
Yeah, it was a flurry of action as McCormick went scrambling towards the ball and couldn't corral it. Dane Stewart got his hands on it, but it's like his foot must have been out of bounds.
Fresh 20-second clock. Ethan English is going to check in, and he's going to give Aiden Taylor a breather. Jalen Wilkerson in the ball game also for DDCC. Kobe Parker comes over to get some instruction from Coach Ridge.
Got a little bit of a conversation between referees.
Now they're going to put 18 seconds on the shot clock. Officials have done a good job in this tourney. They want to get everything right. Pitt to Sturdivant. Sturdivant's going to launch an NBA range three, misses. And Jamal Chris finally snags a rebound. Here comes the Storm. Wilkerson going to take it in, and he is going to be rejected. That's not Green. That was actually Whitaker with the block. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. It'll be Storm basketball coming out of the break. 11:51 left to go in the first half. Fayetteville Tech up 15-9. We'll be back to Cape Fear Community College right after. We are back, and we are at the Schwartz Center. I know where I'm at, Kevin. It's just we've called so many games. 4 games yesterday. We'll do 2 tonight. This is the first game in the semifinal. But we're at the Swartz Center, the Joe and Barbara Swartz Center here on the campus of Cape Fear Community College. Beautiful venue.
Yeah, great facility. Understand they did some renovations just a few years ago. And you walk in here, and it's just a beautifully lit court. Got some nice seats in the arena. So obviously they did a really good job. Got a big board over there where they can do some videos. I'm sure they get a lot of local support here in the Wilmington area. Beautiful downtown Wilmington. You're just steps from the riverfront right here. In fact, I had a meal just about, a 2-minute walk away. Beautiful riverfront before the game today. So I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun to be here, and great hospitality here with the folks at Cape Fear.
Better day today than it was yesterday. A little stormy here yesterday, but today was a beautiful, beautiful day. Storm coming out of the break with the basketball. Jalen Wilkerson going to put up a shot, and it doesn't go in, and Jaleel Green grabs the rebound.
Did everything but go in. I think it hit rim 3 different times before it finally popped out into the hands of a waiting Trojan.
Sturdivant almost traveled with that one. Harkins with the basketball, back to Sturdivant. Fayetteville Tech looking to go inside, but there's a 3 that's launched by Jackson that doesn't draw anything but the hands of Jamal Crisp. Ethan English gets up in the air, gets it out to Kobe Parker. And Parker gets the bucket. Nice little driving layup there by Kobe Parker, and it's 15-11. Trojans lead the Storm.
We'll see if that helps Parker. He's one of those players that once he sees one fall, a lot of times he quickly can start knocking them down, and maybe that'll get him going in this game.
Harkins thought about a 3. Sturdivant not going to be shy about a 3, misses, and English grabs the rebound for Davidson Davie. Parker going to launch a 3 of his own. It's off the mark, just a little bit strong. Shot that one right in front of Coach Brian Hurd. Harkins over to Jackson. Fayetteville Tech moving the ball around really well. Harkins going to launch a 3. It's good. Tristan Harkins from downtown.
You mentioned he hit 5 of those in the last contest between these two teams. It's a good-looking shot right there.
Harkins was second team all-region. Jamal Crisp going to launch a 3 of his own, and he hits it. The big guy, that's not his strong suit.
He doesn't shoot a lot of them, but he's effective. He knows his spots. He doesn't try to rush them. But if he's open, he can knock them down.
He's got 7 points, and the Storm trailed by 4, 18-14. Crisp is having a good game. Jackson going to have a nice little shot inside. English going to drive, kick it out to Jamal Crisp, tries a 3 again. That's going to be a little bit short. And Jackson going to haul the rebound down and push the ball up the court for Fayetteville Tech. Sturdivant faked a 3, got his man in the air, then drove to the bucket. Kicked it back outside, and Harkins is going to launch another long 3. Misses, but Jackson's going to get the rebound. Sturdivant hits a 3, or shoots a 3, misses. Crisp inside, beautiful pass from Dane Stewart.
Yeah, and Chris finished that right in the face of the shot blocker, Green. That's impressive. Turn around and see Green. A lot of times what we saw yesterday is they thought about it and readjusted their shot. Chris did not there.
Crisp has had to play a lot of minutes with Cowser in foul trouble in the first half, and he's done a really good job. Oh, that's got to be an offensive foul. Good defensive positioning by Crisp, and Green just turned, lower his shoulder, and knocked him down.
And that's not something we've seen a lot out of Green, which is he gets the ball and tries to make a move. I think a lot of his buckets came yesterday, and some cleanup buckets from offensive rebounds. So him with the ball trying to make a move, I'm not sure that's a go-to for them.
Good defense. Cowser back in the ball game now for Crisp. Lamonte's playing with 2 fouls. See if the Storm try to get the ball in his hands and get him going offensively. Beautiful backdoor cut by Will Gray, but defended nicely by Harkins. Javi Ortiz goes in and misses a shot. Actually was blocked by Green. Harkins in the corner, guarded by Ortiz. Sturdivant in front of the Storm bench launches a three. Fayetteville Tech taking a lot of three-point shots.
Well, we talked about they hit a lot in that first game against the Storm, but that's not something they usually do, is take a lot of them. But boy, they have here.
Ethan English driving to the bucket. There's a whistle. I think there's going to be a foul against the Trojans. They're going to call a foul or a tie-up. Let's see. It'll be a foul. It's going to be on Green. That'll be his second.
And if you're the Trojans, I think what you may want to do is be a little bit more patient offensively. They have started taking a lot of threes. They can be effective at it, but again, it's not something that they do in heavy doses. And so I'm a little surprised to see them firing off quite a few here.
Well, the two big guys for both teams now were 2 fouls apiece. Green just picked up his second. Kauser's been playing with 2 fouls most of the game. He picked up 2 quick fouls, didn't he, in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game?
He did, and now he's got to be smart if he's going to be effective the rest of the way out.
Looking at the live chat on YouTube, Dan Truey again, Fayetteville always plays us tough. Yeah, Dan, you're right. Vicky Britton says, let's go Trojans. Number 14, Sturdivant's mom here. Vicky, your son playing a good game, played a great game yesterday, had 16 points in the win. Gabriel says, let's go Tijan. Chris Caldwell, way to go, Dane. Roderick Gooden, Theo shouting out to the Trojans. I'm right here with you all the way. And then there's another one that says, let's go Storm with the Tornadoes. So a lot of fans on both sides already chiming in for this one.
Well, it's been a great game so far. I mean, this is everything we expect out of these two programs. Coach Hurd, Coach Ridge, both outstanding coaches in their own right. They've got great assistants that they've been able to build around them, and that's been tremendous. These two programs fighting it out, you know, at the top of the standings every year, and this game right here is no exception so far.
The amount of work that these coaches and their staffs put in to developing these young men, not only as players but as men, just phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
It really is, and I don't think a lot of people understand just the work ethic that it takes from these coaches, and a lot of times it's not their full-time job. Some of them are the athletic directors as well, and so that allows them to be on campus more. But a lot of time you definitely see assistants that certainly have full-time jobs, and they may not be getting tremendous amount from this. They love the kids and they love the game.
Ethan English misses the free throw, gets his own rebound in the layup, and you don't see that too many times. Great hustle by English.
Now that's the really old-fashioned three-point play.
It absolutely is. 20-19, Trojans up by 1. Turnaround jumper inside by Jackson. Misses. Storm going to push it. Will Gray. That ball blocked by McCormick. And then that ball blocked by Ethan English. Both teams defending the paint very well.
You know, and again, with Will Gray there, I think one of the things that we see so often is we're switching hands in the air, and Will Gray had it. He really had his man beat. He had the angle to the right hand, switched to the left, and really left the ball exposed. That's where that block came from.
Trojans going to – no, go ahead.
I was going to say, you want to protect the ball. If you're going up to the rim, use the body to protect the ball. Don't expose it.
Absolutely agree. That's a great call. There's a long three by Jackson, and the miss. Long rebound goes to Ortiz. Here comes Aiden Taylor with the ball. He's going to push it against Harkins. Can't get it to go down, and the Storm, oh, that's got to be a foul. I tell you, Aiden Taylor got the rebound, and he was hammered by James Jones. You don't like to see guys take those hard fouls like that and hit the floor.
Well, these are big guys that hit the ground hard, right? I mean, these guys are, I mean, they're all standing 6'3", 6'5",
Yes.
6'6". When they come down, it hurts.
In the paint, it's not for the faint of heart. You get in the paint, and it's a battle. Speaking of good free throw shooters, Aiden Taylor, one of the best in Division II, one of the best in the nation at 84.5%. There was a point this year Aiden was over 90% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, there was a brief moment where a 3 or 4 game stretch where he's inexplicably struggled a little bit, but overall great free throw shooter.
He gets them both, and he gives the Storm, I think, maybe their first lead, 21-20. Davidson Davie back on top of Fayetteville Tech with 6:35 left to go in the first half. Jamal Crisp set to check back in at the scores table. Jackson loses that one off his foot. Harkins is going to launch a three. It's good. Man, I tell you what, Tristan Harkins is deadly from the arc.
Yeah, he's got the number right now. 8 so far tonight. That's 2 3-pointers. Boy, he's a good shooter. He's a fun ball player to watch.
23-21. English spin move inside. Goes to the bucket. Puts it up a little bit short, and Harkins comes down with a rebound. Not a bad shot by English. That's a good thought. He's being very aggressive. Just left it a little short. Spin move there by Pitt. And James Jones leaves that one a little short. Kauser with the rebound.
I think he was maybe anticipating Kauser coming at him a little bit more, and when he saw how open he was, he short-armed it.
Kauser knowing he's got 2 fouls, so he's being very cautious.
Yeah, and if you're a Fayetteville Tech player, you've got to know that, understand it, know that you can be aggressive going at him right now. He's got to be cautious.
Lamonte misses the short jumper, and McCormick goes in against Aiden Taylor. They're going to call a blocking foul against Aiden. That's Aiden's first, team 7th. Both teams now with 7 fouls, and in the bonus, the last 5 minutes, 20 seconds of the half. Daniel McCormick, 70% free throw shooter.
Yeah, not a bad free throw shooter. When it comes out of his hand, looks pretty good. Good rotation.
He's a sophomore out of Salina, Kansas. He's not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Nope. Comes in averaging a little over 11 points a game.
Got that one.
He's 4 for 4 so far for the night.
24-21, Fayetteville Tech with a 3-point lead over Davidson. Davie, Will Gray kicks it over to Chris. They look in the back door cut there by Stewart. Not a good pass by Jamal. Jaden Pitt going to set things up for Fayetteville Tech. Harkins gets the ball inside, and there's going to be a travel by McCormick. That'll turn the ball over to the Storm. Jalen Wilkerson going to check in for Will Gray for Davidson Davie. Steady stream of white jerseys being rotated into this contest. Officials stop play. They're going to put 25 seconds on the shot clock. Lamonte Kauser coming in for Kobe Parker. I'll tell you, Kevin, with these two teams playing a game yesterday, actually, you know, I was expecting maybe the legs wouldn't be quite as fresh, but both teams very, very active here
both
in the early going.
Up and down.
Wilkerson gets the ball into Kauser. Lamonte double teamed inside, spin move. Nice move by Lamonte. And if you're a defender, I just don't know how you stop that.
You don't, because that's such a soft touch, and it's so important for a big man to develop touch inside, and Lamonte's really done that throughout the course of the season, and you see it right there.
Benitez with the bucket inside. Fayetteville Tech, all kind of defensive pressure. Dane Stewart left all alone from 3-point, and he hits it right in front of the Trojan bench. It's 27-26 now. Fayetteville Tech still with that 1-point lead, but boy, we've got a ball game here. Storm packing into that zone defense. Five on the shot clock, and there's going to be a foul. Foul's going to be called on Stewart. That's his first. Team's 8th. Got timeout on the court. 3:33 left to go in the first. Fayetteville Tech up over Davidson Davie 27-26. We'll be back to the Swartz Center right after this.
As a Cape Fear grad, you have options. maybe too many options. Are you ready? Get started at Cape Fear today.
We are back here on the campus of Cape Fear Community College. Game one of the semifinals. Davidson, Davie, Storm, and Fayetteville Tech going at it here. This is a battle. Fayetteville Tech right now leads 27-26, Kevin.
Yeah, it's the kind of game we expected. You're getting all of the stars coming out right now. Both teams are getting contributions up and down. I mean, the Storm have 6 points off the bench. Fayetteville Tech's got 8 points off the bench. It shows you the depth that both of these programs have. So, you know, this is exactly what we thought might happen. This is like the games that we've seen night in, night out between these two. And boy, it's fun to watch so far.
Got some more fans chiming in. Deshauna 29, Tristan Harkins is tough. I agree. L.C. Smith Jr., let's go Dane and team. Dane just hit a 3 a few minutes ago. Someone like the Kansas, you're not in Kansas anymore. Toto line, Eric and Raleigh hit the like button so this game is made more widely available. Dan Truey, Coach Ridge trying to find a rotation that will click. Low scoring first half, and L.C. Smith said, great shot, Dane. All right, at the free throw line, Jaden Pitt gets the first.
Pitt's just a smooth basketball player, isn't he? Really enjoyed watching his game yesterday. Just calmly goes about his business, and he's going to have a spot at the next level.
Misses that free throw there. He's got 7 here in the first half. Played a lot of minutes. Cowser at the top of the key looking for someone to dish it off to. He gets it over to Dane Stewart. English going to set it up from outside. 10 on the shot clock. English inside. Gets the bucket. He hung with it. The ball was blocked by Benitez, but English hung with it and got the putback.
17 minutes in, right back where we started. This is fun, Miles.
Yeah, 28 apiece.
It's exactly like we like to call them, right?
We knew this was going to be a good ball game. These two teams really know each other well, and always a competitive game when they play one another. McCormick misses on the turnaround, and Cowser are going to haul in the rebound. E-Money gets tied up going to the bucket. That'll be Fayetteville Tech basketball. Good defense there by Jaden Pitt. Jamal Crisp going to check back in for Jalen Wilkerson.
Good job of Ethan English driving towards the bucket, but the Fayetteville Tech defenders not willing to back down and did an excellent job getting a hold of the ball without fouling.
Everything being contested. Benitez is going to kick it over to Sturdivant, who almost throws it away, but a good job by Pitt to save that one. Sturdivant with a long 3 launches one, nothing but net for Jalen Sturdivant. That's his first bucket of the game. Lamonte Cowser, a 3 of his own. A little bit short on that one, out of bounds, and it'll be Trojan basketball.
Monte Cowser's got a lot of things in his game. The three-pointer is not something that he has hit a lot of this season. Certainly has knocked down a few, but probably not with the shot that the Storm might be looking for right there.
Will Gray and Jamal Crisp check back in for Davidson Davie. Under 2 minutes now to go in the half. Fayetteville Tech with that 3-point lead at this point. At 10 on the shot clock. Sturdivant looked to pull the trigger, then drives to the lane, kicks out. A long 3-point shot by Armand Benitez, and it is good. 34-28. Fayetteville Tech now starting to heat up from outside, Kevin.
Yeah, Fayetteville Tech there at one point couldn't buy a three-pointer, but now they've hit a couple down this last couple of minutes. Looking a whole lot like the second game that was played this year.
Ethan English gets that bucket, and Brian Hurd wants and gets a timeout with 1:12 left to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll return to the Schwartz Center right after this.
Perfect combo includes 2 pizzas, 2 sides, and a 2-liter bottle of Coke. So we were asking real people how much they think all of this costs.
35, 45, 50.
$19.99. I'm about to order that when I get home. It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
Thank you. Ethan English hits that shot for the Storm. 34-32, 18 seconds left. Fayetteville Tech will play for the last shot, Kevin. They're up by 2. Sturdivant from 3, it's good. Jalen Sturdivant, his second 3 of the half. Dane Stewart going to push it down the floor, can't get it to go, but at the buzzer, Javier Ortiz gets a layup, a putback, and that counts. Nice hustle by Javier, and Fayetteville Tech leads at the break 37-24.
Perfect combo includes 2 pizzas, 2 sides, and a 2-liter bottle of Coke. So we were asking real people how much they think all of this costs.
35, 45, 50.
$19.99. I'm about to order that when I get home. It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
As a Cape Fear grad, you have options. Maybe too many options. Are you ready? Get started at Cape Fear today.
Welcome back to the Schwartz Center. The Region 10 Division II Men's Basketball Championship. Semifinals, Kevin, in Game 1. Really good first half, competitive first half. Fayetteville Tech up right now over the Storm of Davidson Davie, 37-34.
Yeah, been a great first half. I mean, everything that we thought it might be. We've said that between these two teams. You got some, take a look at our leading scorers for DDCC. As you can see, Ethan English has 10, Jamal Crisp 9. Fayetteville Tech, Tristan Harkins trying to recreate some of that magic from the last game against these two teams. He's hit a couple of three-pointers. He's got 8 so far. And Jaden Pitt played a great game last night, I felt like, and he's having another really good night so far tonight. So he's got 7 so far. So, we'll take a look at all the other scorers. Dane Stewart for the Storm with 3, Aiden Taylor 4, Kobe Parker with 2, Gray with 2. Cowser comes in averaging about 22 a game, and he's only got 2 so far. He had some foul trouble early, so that's held him back. Ortiz has 2, and as we mentioned before, Crisp has 9. Taking a look at Fayetteville Tech, again, Tristan Harkins, good game so far, 8 points. Jaden Pitt with 7. Jackson with 2. 3 for Green. Sturdivitz hit a couple of three-pointers. He's got 6. And Armand Benitez has 5. McCormick, he's got 6 himself. Both teams struggling just maybe a little bit from the free throw line for Fayetteville Tech, just a little bit better at 77%. But the Storm, they've only shot 7. They're 4 of 7 so far. But the big story maybe right now is Fayetteville Tech, again, knocking down some three-pointers. They've hit 5 three-pointers. Storm have been a little bit more cold. They've only hit 2 so far.
Yeah, the three-pointers, the three-point shot for Fayetteville Tech, a formula I think that Coach Hurd used in that second game against Davidson Davie that they were able to defeat the Storm. So they're trying, that again, and they worked fairly well for them in the first half. I mean, they did hit, like you said, I think the five threes. Harkins and Sturdivant, man, they'll put them up quick, and both of those are good outside shooters. But we even saw Armand Benitez hit a 3 from the corner over there. We've had a lot of folks chime in. I know we went off for just a moment. We apologize for that, but we were able to get back on very, very quickly thanks to the SID here. Jessica's just been super for us here. Jessica Clark, the SID at Cape Fear. Looking at the live chat, Kevin, we've had, Kalia Mills says, let's go Trojan. That's Jaleel Green's mom. She's checking in. Stephen Vidor says, go FTCC. So a lot of Fayetteville Tech fans. Kimberly Sutton, good job, Jalen. Bob Hirschbach, Bob and Alice Hirschbach watching from Ohio. They are Tristan's grandparents. Mark Beck, Mark, thanks for watching. We hope you can get the feed back now. We are, or should be back on. Vicki Brighton again, shouting out to Suttons. Roseanne St. Clair, so let's go 21. Phyllis Kramer, Coach Sis, Coach Cash, Stacy Lyles, let's go, that's my boy, number 21. Chris Caldwell, go Dane, and Roseanne St. Clair, that's my great-nephew, Benitez, with a three-point shot. Yeah, Armand hit a nice three-pointer there late in the first half, Rosanna. So good first half, a lot of folks chiming in. Mark Beck says they got it back, so great. Keep giving us the messages, and we'll keep responding to you as we go through the contest. So, everything you expected in the first half?
Yeah, absolutely. Two great coaches, as we've mentioned. They both obviously had game plans coming into this. This Storm have done a little bit of a wrinkle, maybe going into the 2-3 a little bit more than they might typically do. Seeing if Fayetteville Tech can knock down that same level of threes, and they're a little bit of a stretch where Fayetteville Tech was unable to hit those, and that was paying off, allowed the Storm to climb back into it because Trojans have built a little bit of a lead there with about 10-minute mark. And the Storm were able to just pull that back. I mean, if you look at the overall scoring, I think the largest lead at some point, maybe 6 or 7, right about the 12-minute mark for the Trojans. But that's as much as anybody's been able to do. Up and down game in some ways. Once both these teams get out in transition, they will go. But a lot of the offensive production has been half-court sets and just working through that offensively. But both teams playing well so far, the type of talent we expected out of this game in this region.
Yeah, I agree, and I like the play of Pitt and Harkins. I think those two guys have decided they're going to step up as leaders of this team. Two sophomores for Coach Hurd, and I really like the way actually that Ethan English for the Storm came in. He is also a redshirt sophomore. He didn't start the game, but he came in, and you could see he made a difference when he came in the ball game. He pushed the ball up the court. He was very aggressive. He got the Storm going again, and like you said and showed here, he's got 10 points here in the first half to lead the Storm. So very good first half. Looking forward to the second half. A lot at stake here. The winner of this game is going to go play in the finals tomorrow night. And the winner of this tournament gets the automatic ticket to the national tourney. So there is a lot at stake here.
Yeah, the goal is to get to Danville, Illinois, and right now it goes through Wilmington. You want the automatic bid. Certainly, if you're the Trojans, you've got to have the automatic bid if you want to move forward. But the Storm don't want to leave anything on the table and zero question mark in the committee's mind. So everybody's looking to get a win here in Wilmington and wrap up a conference championship.
Well, David Sanders says control the rock, FTCC. Jay says go Trojans. Mark Beck says the crowd at Cedar Lodge Barbershop says go Storm. So we appreciate you guys all tuning us in. And we're going to take a break. We're going to be back with the second half. We'll be returned to the Joe and Barbara Sports Center in just a moment.
Grammy goes to Pecados y Milagros by Lila Downs.
Thank you so much, Mama, for feeding me through my belly button the wisdom and the strength to love through music. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Viva México.
Where's Napoleon? That gets a pot for boss. Go!
As a Cape Fear grad, you have options. Maybe too many options. Are you ready? Get started at Cape Fear today.
We're back here campus of Cape Fear Community College in Wilmington, North Carolina for the Region 10 Division II Men's Basketball Championship semifinals. And coming out of the halftime, players back on the court getting their warm-ups in. We're about ready, Kevin, to kick the second half off. Fayetteville Tech clinging to a 3-point lead over the Storm of Davidson Davie, 37-34 at this point.
Yeah, that's about where most of the first half lived. It was about a 3 to 5 point lead for the Trojans. They've been in control for the most part. They've been hitting the shots, and they've been setting the tone offensively and what sort of rhythm this game has been in. Look for the Storm to maybe come out and try to run a little bit more. They like to get up and down, take advantage of that deep bench that they have, and so far in this game haven't been able to do it. The Storm would love to see this game get into the 90s. Absolutely love it, but right now Fayetteville Tech's been controlling that.
Both of the big guys for each team, Lamonte Cowser and Jaleel Green, had 2 fouls in the first half. They didn't play a lot, but they can go at it here in the second half as normal. 2 fouls is all they have, so they've got 3 more to give. And we've got 20 minutes of action left here, Kevin. This is a good ball game, and it's one that, I mean, it could, the way we've seen this one, it could go right down to the wire.
Yeah, settle in. Let's enjoy it. Jamal Chris is going to put it into Dane Stewart, and we're going to kick off this second half. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Jamal Chris, Dane Stewart, Lamonte Cowser, Aiden Taylor, and Ethan English for the Storm. For the Trojans, it's going to be McCormick, Jaden Pitt, Tristan Harkins, Jaleel Green, and Melquan Jackson, the original starting 5 for Coach Hurd's Trojans.
Got some adjustments to the shot clock, game clock. Start the second half, they should be in lockstep. I can do that math. So we'll do this again.
Yeah, Dane Stewart going to inbound it. And the Storm looking inside to Cowser, and Cowser went one way, the pass went the other, and it'll be a turnover for DDCC.
Storm maybe looking for a hold against Cowser there. The referee's not going to give it to them.
Not a lot of fouls called in that first half, and it was a clean play game, but these teams go at each other, and the officials are letting them play. English all over McCormick.
We were just talking about at halftime of the strong guard play that Fayetteville Tech has. They don't make a lot of sloppy passes. They're good with the ball in their hands. The Storm make a living oftentimes off of causing turnovers, and today they've just not been able to do it.
2 turnovers to start the half for Davidson Davie. That's very uncharacteristic of this team. Both of these teams protect the ball fairly well. Green inside on Cowser. Nice spin move. Good defense there by Lamonte. That was a long shot by Green. Lamonte not going to give up a lot of ground in there. Taylor on the drive, kicks it over to Stewart. Dane from 3, no good. Cowser going to get the rebound and up against the double team. Going to be fouled, I believe, or no, tie up. It'll be Storm basketball. Should have been Storm ball.
Well, the Storm got it to begin the second half.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it'll be Trojan ball. There's a foul on the drive that's going to be on Dane Stewart. First foul of the second half for either team. Pitt gets the ball inside to Green, and Green traveled. And again, I think the defensive pressure there of Cowser and Chris calls that.
a few times this game that the Trojans have attempted intentionally to get it into Green in the paint, and it's just not resulted in points.
Ethan English with a drive, right hand blocked by Green.
That's what Green does very well.
Absolutely.
It's fun to watch him shot block.
McCormick from 3. That ball, I think, was tipped by Kauser. But the Trojans control the board, and the foul is going to be called on Jamal Crisp, his second.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to get is Jamal Crisp initially went straight up, but at the end what you saw is that arm come down, and honestly, whether or not you actually get the arm or not, oftentimes you're going to see that call happen. But initially he maintained his space, but it was that last arm swing that I think got the foul on him.
McCormick going to go to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
Looking for our first points, period, of the second half. We are left wanting.
Leaves that one short. McCormick got third team all-region honors announced yesterday. And he tees up for his second free throw. This one is good. 4-point lead now for the Trojans. Storm working inside to Taylor. Back out to Kobe Parker for 3. It's short.
Well, that's the shot you want out of Kobe Parker.
Yeah, and he'll keep taking those. He'll get it. Melquan Jackson with a nice layup. Ethan English drives to the bucket, misses, but Kauser is going to fight for the rebound, and that ball's blocked by Green, but there is a whistle and a foul. Let's see who they get that one on. Foul's going to be on Green. That's his third. That's a big foul.
Yeah, and if you're the Storm, you might try to go attack directly at him. You'd like to see him out of the game, because the bottom line is, in the 2 games we've seen so far in Wilmington this week, he has been a huge impact in the paint.
He's definitely a difference maker when he's in the ballgame. There's no question about it. Kauser misses the free throw, 64% free throw shooter. Green going to come out, and Nigel Vinson will check in for Green. So Fayetteville Tech goes with a small lineup now, playing a little small ball. Kauser misses both free throws, and Melquan Jackson secures the rebound.
We're going to have to hit their free throws if they're going to win this contest. They've only taken 9. They're not getting a lot of chances, but they're missing a lot as well.
McCormick up against Kauser. Can't get the bucket, but Vincent gets the rebound. And Pitt misses on a 3, but goes down and gets a loose ball. Kauser took an elbow to the face, and he's going to ask to come out of the game. Will Gray going to check back in. Let's hope Lamonte is okay.
Fayetteville Tech's just crashing the boards right now, and they're winning. I mean, they're every single rebound that's 50-50, they're getting.
Harkins double teamed there in the corner. Got 8 on the shot clock. Harkins slips, falls, and is going to step out of bounds. It'll be Storm basketball. That's great defense by Kobe Parker and Jamal Crisp coming over to help with that double team.
It really is, because Tristan Harkins has a great first step. He's a quick player, but good just sitting down and playing defense on Kobe Parker, not giving into anything. And Tristan just lost control of the ball and stepped on the line.
Storm looking for a bucket here in the second half. They've been held scoreless. Will Gray thought about the 3, then pulls it back down. Fayetteville Tech doing a pretty good job guarding the perimeter, but Will Gray launches that one off of the screen. Good shot by Will Gray.
But if you're the Storm and you're going to have this smaller guard lineup out here, you better be able to hit some 3-pointers. Because Fayetteville Tech right now has the advantage inside, getting some rebounds.
Vincent going to drive strong to the bucket. That ball almost stolen. Harkins saves it. Over to McCormick. McCormick with a drive. Out to Pitt. Pitt drains the three. That's his 10th point. Fayetteville Tech back up by 6. Kobe Parker from 3. Still a little strong on that. He was open, and that's a good shot for him, but they're just not falling right now. Jackson running to point for the Trojans. Ethan English drawing a beat on defense. Reach in foul, going to be whistled and called on Kobe Parker. That is his first. 3rd team foul for the Storm, and we've got timeout on the court. Kevin, 15:20 left to go. We'll be back to Cape Fear Community College. Fayetteville Tech up right now, 43-37 over the Storm.
Perfect combo includes 2 pizzas, 2 sides, and a 2-liter bottle of Coke. So we were asking real people how much they think all of this costs.
35, 45, 50.
$19.99. I'm about to order that when I get home. It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
We're back here at the Region 10 Division II Men's Championship, Basketball Championship semifinals. The winner of this game going to go play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock to try to earn a trip to the national tourney in Danville, Illinois, coming up in a couple of weeks. And both of these teams know each other very well. And really, Fayetteville Tech, I think, at this point is playing the kind of game they want. It's a low-scoring ball game. And they're starting to hit some threes, which is how they beat the Storm the first time. And Davidson just trying to get on track offensively, not being able to do so quite yet.
Yeah, that's right. Fayetteville Tech's hit 6 3-pointers so far in the game. Davidson Davie just not been able to knock much down, really around the rim or certainly the 3-point line. But Fayetteville Tech's kind of they've owned the rhythm of the game thus far. And I've been a little surprised at times to see the Storm content to sit in a 2-3 and let this game stay kind of at that slow Turtles pace.
Will Gray is whistled for a foul. That is the 4th team foul now on Davidson Davie. Will second.
Have a good bit of perspiration on the floor here.
Jaden Pitt doing a little extra work, wiping up the sweat on the floor. Now the assistant coach, Deshaun McCain, takes over. So they're doing a little double work on the Fayetteville Tech bench. Dane Stewart and Crisp double team Pitt. Tie up, and it belongs to the Storm. That's really good double team there by the Storm. Really good defense and reaching in with those 2 hands, not swiping down at the ball. The official made the right call, tie up there.
Yeah, smart play defensively by the Storm, and they're going to look to chip into this lead a little bit. Trojans have kept the Storm at bay, about 6 points for most of this game.
One thing that after watching the Storm, as much as we've seen them, they will make several runs. I mean, they're going to force an up-tempo game, and they're going to find a rhythm at some point. Wilkerson drives strong to the bucket. His first points of the game. It's a 4-point Trojan lead. 3-point shot in the corner. Missed by Jackson, but again, the Trojans get the rebound.
Yeah, the offensive rebounds, if you're looking at it from the Storm side, is going to look really ugly in the stat sheet when this is over, because Fayetteville Tech has gotten a lot of second chance opportunities.
Storm push it down the court. Will Gray with the ball. Over to Wilkerson. Jalen Wilkerson going to take 3 misses, but Aiden Taylor gets the putback, and McCormick blocks him from behind. A clean block by McCormick. Will Gray thinks about the 3, then drives, cut off. Nice defense there by McCormick. 3 on the shot clock. Storm going to have to hustle to get one off. They can't, and I tell you, Harkins made a great save off of the legs of Jamal Crisp. It'll be Fayetteville Tech basketball.
Yeah, there, and Will Gray appeared to look up at the shot clock with about 6 seconds left and still looked to get it inside to Jamal Crisp. At that point, you've got to drive and try to make something happen for your team. Whether Crisp lost it or not, he wasn't going to have a lot of time to do anything with it other than a turnaround jumper from 12, 13 feet away. So just not the smartest play by Gray on that possession.
Lamonte Cowser checks in for Jalen Wilkerson. 13:30 left to go in the second half, and Pitt works against Dane Stewart. That jump shot rolls around the rim and goes in. Jaden's got 12 points. Lead now back up by 6 points. That ball off the foot of McCormick.
We talk about a game of runs, but Davidson Davie really hasn't been able to sustain one since that first half, where they were able to get the lead. I think maybe 1 point at one point, but it lasted one possession. Fayetteville Tech came right back. So neither team able to really pull away, but certainly Fayetteville Tech's been able to stay ahead.
English misses. Aiden Taylor gets the rebound. He's going to be fouled on the putback. And the foul is going to be called on Sturdivant. Going to be 2 shots for Aiden. Yeah, you know, and I think the Storm trying to make those runs, and they're trying to do it against one of the best defensive teams in Region 10. The Trojans certainly are a tough defensive unit. So I said the Storm would probably have a couple of runs in them in this game. Easier said than done against Fayetteville Tech.
Oh, Fayetteville Tech right now has controlled the tempo. The guard play has been outstanding. One of the ways that you typically see a run happen is you get some turnovers and points in transition. And I would say Fayetteville Tech's guards have not allowed that to happen. They've not allowed Davidson Davie to force that.
They only turned the ball over 11.9 times a ball game, Fayetteville Tech. So they do take care of the ball very well. 45-41. Taylor gets both free throws. Pitt trying to find an open man, gets it inside to McCormick. Turnaround jumper, soft jumper goes down. Uncontested jumper there. Lamonte Cowser are going to drive on McCormick with a spin move, and they're going to say he shuffled his feet. That's a turnover for Davidson Davie. I don't know if he necessarily traveled on that one.
That was a tough call. I'm not sure I saw that. Certainly the referees did, so we're going the other direction, Trojan ball. Pitt taking the time to talk to the referee in the middle of play.
Sturdivant from 3. That ball's off. I think Cowser had an effect on that. And then Ortiz ties up Green, and it's going to be Fayetteville Tech basketball. Javier's going to come out. Lamonte Cowser are going to come back. Coming in for the Storm is Kobe Parker and Jamal Crisp. And a timeout called by the Trojans at the 12:15 mark. Fayetteville Tech right now up 47-41, and we'll be back to the Schwartz Center right after this break.
Well, Domino's Perfect Combo is a big deal for a not-so-big price. Because for just $19.99, you get 2 medium one-topping pizzas and savory Parmesan bread bites and gooey cinnamon bread twists and a 2-liter of Coke. It's the perfect combo. Just $19.99, only at Domino's.
We're back here. 12:15 left to go in the second half. Still a lot of basketball to play, Kevin. And this has been a good ball game. It's been a tight ball game. But Fayetteville Tech's been able to keep that lead, a small lead. Right now it's a 6-point lead, but Davidson's not been able to put pressure on this Fayetteville Tech team and force the up-tempo game that they like.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Davidson Davie likes to get out and run. They like to score in bunches. And, again, they like to be in that 90-point range. They'd like to get to the century mark. They've done it a lot this season and against good talent. But Fayetteville Tech has controlled it, and this is the kind of game that if they dialed it up, if I'm sure Coach Hurd, if they drew it up before the game, this is the type of thing that they would be looking for. And right now they've got the lead to show for it, so well-executed strategy.
Well, Phyllis Kramer's pulling for the Trojans. Gores offshore, of course, pulling for the Storm. Caleb Moses says, I used to go to Princeton Middle High with Aiden Taylor. Stacy Lyle says, let's go Trojans. So a lot of fans still chiming in on live chat. Hope you're enjoying the contest. It's been a good one, and the winner's going to advance to play in the finals tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and they'll meet the winner of Game 2 tonight. Bryan and Stratton, the Bobcats take on the Bulldogs of Pitt Community College. That'll be a good game as well.
I think if you're the Storm, if you want to turn the momentum around, you got to hit the boards. You've got to crash and get some rebounds. Trojans just getting way too many second chance opportunities, and they've been taking advantage of them, but the Storm have got to be able to. Oh, we got an offensive foul.
Yeah, they're going to say that Sturdivant is a charge on Sturdivant. And I believe that was Aiden Taylor that drew that, and he's one of the best ones in the league of drawing charges. Davidson Davie trying to cut into this lead. Ethan English with a nice pass inside to Jamal Crisp. He tries a layup that goes off the side of the backboard.
And again, Green adjusted that shot.
And on the other end, Sturdivant misses a three. Here comes Kobe Parker on the break to Will Gray. Gray can't get the layup. And here comes McCormick for the Trojans. He's going to travel. They tried to push it a little bit too much, a little bit too quick up the court there. Timeout on the court, 11:34. Both teams want to chat it over here. Fayetteville Tech up 47-46-41. You can feel the pace of this one, Kevin, starting to pick up a little bit, and that favors the Storm, you would think.
That favors the Storm generally as the way that they like to play and in comparison to Fayetteville Tech. The difference is, though, right now, you've got to finish if you're the Storm. If you're Will Gray, you've got to be able to put that bucket up and in when you've got a breakout there. And we talked about a lot about the assist coming into the game, and that's where a lot of times you see Storm running up and down the court, and there's an assist that happens there. And in this game against Fayetteville Tech earlier in this season, they've not done as much of that. So it's that little bit of sharing and caring that I talked about in the beginning of the game that we're really not seeing in transition tonight. And I think right now that's what the Storm may be missing. They got to get on the boards, and they've got to be able to attack, but run the court and get some easy layups by handing the ball off.
Brian Hurd's Trojans playing a good game defensively. Like you said, they are owning the glass. We don't have the stats in front of us, but the rebound advantage has to be going in favor of Fayetteville. And on the season, they have a pretty good rebounding margin. I mean, they've got a +10 rebounding margin in their games, which, if you own the glass, play good defense, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
Well, and what's impressive with that is they do that almost undersized, right? You look at Green and he's 6'8", that's fine, but your next tallest guy is McCormick.
Yeah.
Those aren't the guys getting all the rebounds. Actually, you see a lot of the guards getting in the mix and getting down there to get rebounds. They just keep the ball alive on the offensive board.
Great positioning. Ethan English gets the ball over to Parker. Storm setting up on offense, moving around to Dane Stewart. Kobe Parker going to try a three again. This one's true and good. Kobe Parker will keep shooting. He's a pure shooter, and that one was beautiful.
When the Storm need him to get hot, he can knock down them in bunches. He struggled the past 24 hours to do so, but if he can get going, that would help.
Kobe's going to get the steal, takes the backdoor pass, but he turns it over to Jackson. And Pitt wisely pulls it out. Smart player. Jackson now working against Kobe Parker. Good defense by Kobe. Harkin looking for a shot. He's going to be stripped by Parker, but they're going to call Kobe with a foul.
Question is whether or not that'll be on the floor or a shooting foul.
They're going to call the foul on Ethan English, and it will be a shooting foul. That's Ethan's second foul. Storm's 5th here in the second half.
Harkins had 8 in the first half. He's looking for his first points in the second.
Harkins, a second-team all-region player. Has 9 points now in this one, and Fayetteville Tech still holding on to that 48-44 lead, make it 49-44. Aiden Taylor over to Parker. I thought Parker was going to pull it again. Try to get the ball inside to Stewart. That ball's knocked out of bounds by Pitt. Dane Stewart will inbound it. Gets it into Kauser. Lamonte's been a little quiet here as of late. We'll see if he makes a move to the bucket. Going to be fouled by Green. That'll be 4 on Green. That's a big foul.
Look to the Trojan bench, and we're going to see an immediate substitution.
Yeah, Nigel Vincent to come in, but you know, you get Green out of the game at 6'8", and Vincent comes in, he's 6'2". It's a different mix on the floor now for Fayetteville Tech.
Now McCormick will draw the task of taking on Lamonte.
And McCormick's going to get the foul. Lamonte gets the bucket and a chance for the three-point play, and they, you know, Green comes out and they go right inside with Lamonte, and it pays off for the Storm.
Listen, and McCormick is a very good defender, but it is not the same presence as Green.
Kauser tucking those shorts in, getting ready for the free throw attempt here. Region 10 Player of the Year. Gets the free throw. 49-47. Storm inching back in this thing. Anybody's game. Vincent trying to find a seam to go inside. Gets it to McCormick. Nice layup by McCormick.
And that's just a nice find from the top of the key, too.
Ethan English looking to set up Kauser inside, and they do, and Kauser gets an easy bucket.
I have to tell you right now, the Storm feeling that inside presence of Kauser and what he can do now with Green out of the game.
Yeah, Green went out a minute ago with his 4th foul.
It was a huge foul and could really change the momentum of this game if the Trojans aren't careful.
Pitt gets it inside to McCormick. He goes up against Kauser, and then Dane Stewart strips the ball away. Ethan English going to take it aggressively to the hole on Harkins, and English, an acrobatic shot off the glass is good, and it's all tied up 51 apiece.
If at any point in this game anybody's had momentum right now, it's Davidson Davie.
Yeah, you could feel it starting to happen a moment ago, and right now Davidson Davie has the momentum, and Pitt looking to stop that. Inside to McCormick. Nice move against Kauser. He was not intimidated there against the Region 10 Player of the Year.
Yeah, that's a great answer by McCormick. He's a good ball player, and he's got the ability to go right into Kauser.
Kauser with a turnaround shot. Misses. McCormick going to take it inside against Lamonte again, and Kauser going to get the block, clean block by Lamonte. But then Vincent strips it from him, and McCormick misses on a 3. I think Lamonte might be shaken up a little bit. Fayetteville Tech on the steal, and Lamonte, Kauser are going to be called for the block. And I think the bucket is going to count. Let's see. Basket is good. Lamonte Kauser has his 3rd foul. That's 15 points now for McCormick.
Yeah, right when Fayetteville Tech needed some answers, McCormick has been that player here these last couple of transitions. I think they're actually discussing that it's not the under 8 timeout. Because it was showing 7 8:56, so I think Davidson Davie thought it was an under 8. They're adjusting the clock back to 8:07, I believe.
Well, McCormick's got to go to the free throw line to try to finish that three-point play, and McCormick's had a really good ball game. He's got 15 points.
And so I don't know if they counted the bucket or not.
Basket was good. So it's 55-51. The bucket was good. And that is the third foul on Lamonte, and Lamonte comes out. Chris back in.
What an answer by McCormick over the last 1 minute of the game.
Yeah.
He sensed the momentum that was going in the Storm favor, and he decided to stop it himself.
Well, and now the momentum is clearly switched to the Trojans, so it's a back and forth contest. Jamal Crisp looking to get the ball over to Will Gray. He does. Ethan English is going to drive the lane, kick it over to Dane Stewart for three. It's short. Jalen Wilkerson kept that alive, though. That was good hustle by Wilkerson. Will Gray drives to the bucket. Got 8 on the shot clock. Storm going to have to work to get a shot off. English. Nice little kiss off the glass, and Ethan English coming up big.
Right, yeah. Now let's see how the Trojans are going to answer. Every time Storm has gotten something, Trojans have come right back. It's been that kind of second half.
Harkins now with the basketball, working on English. Gets it over to Vincent, who's covered by Wilkerson. I think they're looking to get it to McCormick. Crisp is all over him. McCormick, strong drive to the bucket, but he's going to be fouled. Let's see who they call that on. That was a hard foul. I think it was on Crisp. Jamal Crisp, that's his third foul. That is the 7th team foul now, the Storm, for the Storm. So Fayetteville Tech in the bonus situation, 6:56. Boy, time ticking away here. And this game undecided, 56-53. The Trojans leading right now, Kevin. Men's basketball Region 10 semifinals. It's the #1 seeded Davidson and Davie Storm trailing right now to the 4th seed Fayetteville Tech Trojans, 56-53. Kevin, 6:56 left to go in this ball game. It's a tight one, and the momentum seems to go back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, right when the Storm had some momentum there, I think McCormick recognized that. Man, what a second half he's had so far. He's got 10 in the second half. 16 on the game, but he's really taking the team on his shoulders right now once Green exited.
Dejon McDaniel McCormick at the free throw line. Big free throws here to make this a 2-possession game. And McCormick taking his time, gets the free throw off, and it's good. He's getting another shot?
Well, they did not count the bucket.
They didn't count the bucket, okay. All right, misses that one. And Will Gray chases down the rebound. 57-53. Jamal Crisp. Set the screen for Ethan English. Ethan English, who is a 13% free throw shooter on the season, drains that one. That was a big time shot by E-Money.
What will the Trojans do for an answer?
This shot in there by Jackson. Storm got a 2-on-1 break. Dane Stewart going to get it in the Storm, back in the lead. 58-57. Storm up with 6:10 left. And then there's an official warning against the Storm for delay of game, but the bucket was good by Stewart, and a good job by the Storm running the break that time.
Right, and that's the type of thing that the Storm want to be able to do, is to get out in transition, get that outlet pass and go. They haven't been able to do it much of the game because Fayetteville Tech has been so strong on the boards that the Storm just haven't been able to get many of those buckets. They got one there, and they'll try to hold Fayetteville Tech here, see if they can actually build on a lead for the first time today.
6 minutes to go now in the game. Harkin going to drive against Will Gray. That ball stripped away by English, and Jamal Crisp going to take it down and misses the layup, and I think McCormick had something to do with that defensively. Pitt shot is blocked, but Vincent snags the boards for the Trojans. They've owned the glass. And Ethan English with the tie up. It'll be Storm basketball.
Boy, what a frenetic pace suddenly in the second half.
Good job by Ethan going in there with two hands.
Boy, and both fan bases have traveled fairly well. There's probably 50 or 60 from each fan base. And the energy here inside the Schwartz Center is great right now.
The fans are on the edge of their seats, and you and I are too. I mean, this is great basketball. That's what we came down here for. Ethan English over to Crisp. Crisp, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Storm will work it around inside to Kauser, and he can't hold on to the pass. It'll be a turnover for Davidson Davie.
And that pass from English probably just a little too high for the outstretched hands of Lamonte Kauser.
Well, English, as he walks by, taps his chest to kind of say, my bad. And McCormick driving against Ethan. Ethan playing some really tough defense here. McCormick gets his own rebound, back up, and they're going to call a foul on Aiden Taylor on the reach-in. That's Aiden's second. Well, McCormick, he's taking this game on his shoulders for the Trojans, isn't he?
He really has, and stepping to the free throw line, he's 7 of 9 so far on the game, and he's been the guy here in the second half.
Comley sinks the free throw, and for a big guy, or a bigger guy, not a bad free throw shooter. It's a little over 70%. I've got him with 18. Is that what you've got him with?
That's correct.
Second shot is good, and the Fayetteville Tech Trojans tied up 59 apiece. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left. Harkins almost stole that inbounds. Lamonte Kauser at the top of the key. Kicks it over to Jamal Crisp. Crisp for two.
That's his second three-pointer of the game.
Well, they gave him two. The official came by here and said it was a two-point shot. He said he was just inside the line. So they've got 61-60 on the scoreboard in favor of Davidson Davie. But I think the score's 60-59.
I have 61-50. I have 60. So I have 60-59 myself. There was some confusion. Maybe somebody missed a free throw somewhere along the way.
Well, that shot by Crisp was a two-point shot,
That's
right?
a two. That gets us to 60. I have 59. I got 59 for Fayetteville Tech. That's unofficial by all means.
The officials will work this one out. It'll be Fayetteville Tech basketball. They're going to let the 61-60 stand. Harkins from three-point range misses, and Crisp is there to snag the rebound for Davidson Davie. Aiden Taylor shot gets blocked by Jaleel Green. No one surprised there.
Yeah, so the scoreboard showing 61-60 right now. So 4:38 left. I don't know where. It's a one-point game. I think we agree on that.
Cowser inside, and that was a block by Green, but they say he was in the cylinder. It'll be a bucket for Lamonte. That's his 9th point, and the Storm now up by 3. This may be the Storm's biggest lead of the game.
I think it is. I think they've led by 1 a couple of times.
Again, you feel that momentum shifting back to Davidson Davie. And there was a forearm shove by Jaden Pitt. Pretty good tight defense there by Kobe Parker. That is an offensive foul. I think that was the right call. He just took that right forearm and shoved Parker out of the way. And they're going to call that every single time. 4:20 now left to go in this ball game.
Boy, the second half has been every bit of exciting as we thought it might be.
Neither of these teams can pull away from one another. Cowser gets a low pass from Parker. Crisp from 3, no good. And Aiden Taylor gets the rebound and goes right back up with it. It's blocked by Green, and Fayetteville Tech controls the board. That ball's loose. Pitt chases it down. The Storm almost had a breakaway easy layup there.
Yeah, and sometimes what you're looking for in those situations is possess it before you try to run with it.
Yes.
I think 2 Storm players tried to get out on the break versus possessing first.
Inside to Green on Cowser. Green leaves it short. Crisp gets the rebound.
I'm enjoying my afternoon. How about you?
This is a great ball game. I love it.
2 great teams going at it. This is a lot of fun here in Wilmington this afternoon.
The fans have gotten their money's worth in this game, and there's another game left to play. So timeout called by the Storm with 3:13 left to go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back to the Schwartz Center with the last 3 minutes and 13 seconds right after.
Grammy goes to Pecados y Milagros by Lila Downs.
Thank you so much, Mama, for feeding me through my belly button the wisdom and the strength to love through music. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Viva Mexico.
I would have it.
We're back here at the Schwartz Center on the campus of Cape Fear Community College. Kevin, this is a great ball game. 3:13 left to go. The number 1 seed Davidson Davie Storm leading the number 4 seed Fayetteville Tech Trojans right now 63-60.
Yeah, tight ball game. It's been up and down here in this second half. A lot of great basketball, but I'm going to tell you what, you've got 2 great teams. You're seeing Region 10. Let's highlight that real quick. You are seeing Region 10 Division II basketball on display. There's a reason why teams from this conference go to Danville, Illinois, and do very well. More recently, that's been Davidson Davie, but why is that? Because they've been tested and challenged throughout the regular season by the great teams that are here in this region.
You're looking at the number 7th ranked team in the country holding a 3-point lead over Fayetteville Tech, and Fayetteville Tech probably the hottest team in Region 10 since January 1st. They are 13-2 since January after starting the season going 4-9. What a turnaround by the Trojans. And again, they're coming in here on a 9-game winning streak, and they're giving the Storm all they can handle. Ethan English, drive to the bucket, gets it to go in, a little acrobatic shot, and Ethan English now with 19 points, the Storm with a 5-point lead.
Yeah, Ethan to have started out with a couple of missed shots early in this game. Boy, he has really taken over. 10 in the first half, 9 in the second, looking to get 2 more right here.
He comes up with a steal, and he's going to be fouled by McCormick. McCormick actually hits the support for the goalpost. Let's hope he's okay. We've seen that a couple times here in this tourney, and McCormick gets up. He's going to be okay, and that'll be his 3rd foul, and Ethan English will go to the free throw line.
Boy, we have seen several players run into these supports. it's not like they're really close to the court. I mean, they're back off, and certainly legal regulation. But, boy, I'm going to tell you what, we've seen it a couple of times now, and it looks like it's a good thing they're well padded. I mean, that just shows the intensity. These guys are getting up and down the court, and there's a lot of action.
Ethan English with a nice steal on a drive, and McCormick caught up to him and tried to block the shot, got a lot of the body, and so English will shoot a couple of free throws here.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, the effort that McCormick has had in this second half has been second to none, even in that situation.
I'm impressed with him. I tell you, he's a third-team All-Region, but he looks like a first-team All-Region today,
great
doesn't
ball
he?
player. A lot of fun watching him.
English makes the first free throw. It's a 6-point Storm lead. Make that well, he missed it, went in and out. Big free throw there. Here comes Pitt. Trojans need a bucket. Harkins drives to the lane, and he is going to draw a foul on Aiden Taylor. Aiden wanted to charge.
Yeah, Aiden's willing to take them. I think he was inside the circle in that instance, though, so good call from the referee.
That'll be Aiden's third foul, and that is the 9th foul for the Storm, and that'll send Harkin to the free throw line. That was an aggressive drive to the bucket by Tristan. Jamal Crisp checking the floor out there to make sure it's all dry. Big free throws coming up here for Mr. Harkins.
2 of 2 so far on the day.
Harkins has 11. In the first 2 games in the regular season, man, he lit the Storm up. He had 25 in that first game, 24 in the Fayetteville Tech win.
He's had a very good career here for the Trojans. He's looking to extend it tonight for sure, but really good ball player, hard-nosed guy. Enjoy watching him play.
He hits both free throws. He's got 12, and it's a 4-point Storm lead now, Kevin. 2:37 left to go. So let's play this last 2:37 out here. What do you think's gonna? What do you think the strategies of both of these teams are going to be here?
Well, I think if you're the Storm, what's worked well in the second half, crash the boards, put pressure on defensively, try to make the Trojans make some mistakes. A lot of those Trojan guys have been out there for a long time today. They don't have as deep of a bench. Can you get them to make a mistake early? If you're Fayetteville Tech, you're not in a hurry. You're just down 4, 2 minutes, 37 left. There's no reason to rush anything. McCormick's been hot for you, but you got Pitt, who's also a great player. Harkins, trust all 3 of those with the ball right now. But what's been working in the second half is McCormick. We'll see if he can get the ball and go straight at the Storm.
Aiden Taylor going to inbound it. Full court pressure by the Trojans. They get it into Kobe Parker, and Parker is going to bring it up court, gets it off to English, and the Storm going to have to get it up here before the 10-second call, and they just do. A little bit shaky on the inbounds there.
Right. Make the coaching staff nervous for a few seconds.
Ethan English drives to the bucket, kicks it out to Crisp, to Parker for 3. It's good. Kobe Parker with his 8th point.
When we talk about some of the struggles that Kobe Parker has had as of late, shooting right the last several games, he's come out here and hit 2 extremely important 3-pointers here in the second half.
You know, Kobe on the season is a 37% three-point shooter, and we've seen a lot of games where he gets in a rhythm and he's on. But he is a shooter, and he's going to miss a couple of shots. He missed early, but a good shooter is going to keep shooting, and he's starting to connect now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you're looking back around here, you're Fayetteville Tech. Now you're down 7, 2:11 left. You still have plenty of time. You don't need 3-point buckets. But if you got a clean look at it, take a shot at it. You've got somebody like Tristan Harkins. He's proven he can knock a few down. We'll see what happens. But they just got to be patient if you're the Trojans. Look for a 2-point bucket. Just keep this game going back and forth, but create something on defense if you're the Trojans.
I like what the Storm are doing here on the inbounds. It's full court pressure. They're trying to force. They're not going to let Fayetteville Tech have anything easy. They're going to put pressure on the Trojans, which is their trademark.
Boy, let's strap in for 2 last minutes that are going to be outstanding.
Sturdivant from 3 misses. Ethan English grabs the rebound and he hits Chris down the court for a jam. That's a big, big bucket. Good job of English recognizing great court vision. A wide open Crisp. Kobe Parker with a foul on Pitt.
Well, I love looking across the way and seeing the fan bases get extremely excited for this ball game. It's a lot of fun here.
It's a loud crowd, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
10th team foul on the Storm. Double bonus the last minute, 45 seconds for the Trojans. Pitt misses a very important free throw. Gets another one here.
And that makes them 5 of 8 on the day. Trojans 20 of 26 overall from the free throw line.
It's a 9-point lead by the Storm. Pitt's second free throw rims out. 2 big misses, and Crisp's going to secure the rebound.
Now Trojans really have to create something defensively.
And the Storm tacking the bucket. Ethan English. Ball goes out of bounds off of Green.
I think the coaching staff for the Storm would have preferred that Ethan English maybe not take the shot that quickly, as we see Jamal Crisp limping again. He got injured yesterday when he hit the support, and you see him hurt again, and he's coming off limping. And boy, it doesn't look good for him now.
Asking to come out. That left knee. There's a foul called on Sturdivant. That would be Jalen's third. And that's going to send Aiden Taylor to the free throw line. Taylor hits the first. He's got 7. It's a 10-point Davidson Davie lead right now. $1:30 left. Taylor's second free throw is good. Javier Ortiz checks in for Kobe Parker.
Now the Trojans are feeling the pressure. They're down 11 with 1.5 minutes. They can't have a wasted possession, and they've got to create some turnovers if they want to turn the tide here in this last 90 seconds.
Gonna need some quick buckets. Harkins gets up the court quickly. Takes a long 3, launches one that's no good. And Aiden Taylor gets the rebound. He is fouled. That may be on Sturdivant. Let's see. Officials will let us know who called, who was that. It was on Sturdivant. That's his 4th, and that's going to be Taylor going to the free throw line to shoot some free throws. 19 fouls on Fayetteville Tech.
Aiden's perfect from the line so far today, 6 of 6.
Aiden with his 9th point, looking for 10. Both teams with 1 timeout. Time now an enemy for the Trojans. Taylor gets his 10th point. It's a 13-point Davidson Davie lead. There's timeout on the court. Coach Matt Ridge takes his last timeout. 1:19 left to go. Kevin, we will let's keep it here. We'll keep it here and talk about this last minute, 19 seconds. Fayetteville Tech obviously in a big hole now, 75-62, and the Storm definitely have the momentum going in their favor right now.
Yeah, a minute ago is a 9-point game, and you said, okay, Fayetteville Tech's got a little bit of time but can't waste any possessions. Unfortunately for them, they did waste a couple of possessions, and now you've got to go quick, and I don't think you've got a choice but to set up some three-pointers. It's just going to be too much. There's just not enough time left to go down here and get the 2-point bucket. Maybe you drive on this first possession, this first time out. If the Storm give you the layup, maybe you take it right away, but you got to foul immediately. But at some point, they're going to have to hit at least 4 3-pointers if they want to get back into this game and try to tie it up with 1:19 left.
Look for them to try to get the ball in the hands of either Harkins or Pitt, maybe Sturdivant. Those 3 guys are the 3-point threats for the Trojans, and they're all on the court right now.
Yeah.
Coach Brian Hurd, the Region 10 Coach of the Year this year.
And well-deserved.
Well-deserved. Trying to wheel his team on to a big comeback here. There's Pitt. Pitt loses the ball. Stripped from behind by Dane Stewart, and Ethan English is just going to pull it out, take time off the clock, and I think the Trojans are going to be content with that.
Wow, what a ball game, Miles.
Yeah, a great ball game. I tell you, it was a super ball game, a hard-fought game, and Fayetteville Tech led for a big part of this game.
Yes, they did. Seemed like Fayetteville Tech controlled 90% of this basketball game.
Cows were going to get a bucket on a pass from English. Harkins over to McCormick for three. He misses, and the Storm will hold it. 35 seconds on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock. And Ethan English dribbles in and back out.
Storm will get the call for no shot from head coach Matt Ridge. And Storm are going to walk away from this and go into the finals. But boy, I'm going to tell you what, there were some heart-pounding moments if you're on the Storm side for this game. Fayetteville Tech came ready to play. Coach Hurd is outstanding coach, and you see it is on display the type of program that he is building in Fayetteville.
Well, two of the best coaches, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I don't know if anybody could argue with this, not in Region 10, but in the nation.
In the nation.
Two really class guys, and you know, Coach Ridge is going to guide his team to a win here today, and they're going to be in the finals tomorrow. So congratulations to Davidson, Davie. The last 6 seconds of the game here ticking off, and they're going to come away with a 77-62 win over Fayetteville Tech. A ball game that was much closer than that 15-point margin showed at the end.
If you're looking at the score of the end of this and think that this represents the ball game, you really didn't watch it, because I'm going to tell you what, this has been a great game between two great programs, and I'm going to tell you what, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Had a lot of folks chime in tonight. Deandra Parker, Chris Caldwell, Yvonne Benitez, Phyllis Kramer. Appreciate you guys all tuning us in. A lot of live chats, and again, some disappointed fans on the side of Fayetteville Tech, but they don't have anything to hang their head about. What a great second half of the season they had, Kevin. And, you know, again, one of the best teams in Region 10. That's the second half of the year. And they just, it falls short for them tonight. The Storm, you know, handle them 77-62.
Yeah, and as we see McCormick walk right in front of us, what a great second half. And you see the heart and determination out of this Fayetteville team. And it was McCormick in the second half tonight. Those guys that just stepped up and really tried to will their team to victory. Great season by Fayetteville Tech. You know, as we've mentioned so many times, continue to be impressed by what they're building there. And there's going to be a lot of ball games like this in the future. Unfortunately, they fall a little short tonight. I really think it was just a matter of the Storm finally started to press the issue in the second half a little bit more, where it felt like for 30 minutes that Fayetteville Tech was in control of this basketball game, maybe even 35. But the Storm were finally able to get a little bit of momentum, and they seized on it and down the stretch, and that's where you ended up with the result that you did.
Well, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the scoring for you before we get ready for game two, which is Bryan and Stratton and Pitt. The first game was a dandy. Davidson Davie outlast Fayetteville Tech 77-62. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this. We are back here, the campus of Cape Fear Community College at the Joel and Barbara Schwartz Center, right here in Wilmington, North Carolina, for the Region 10 Division II Men's Basketball Championship. Semifinal game one, Kevin. Boy, I tell you, it took all out of me. I mean, we did 4 games yesterday, and I felt tired, but I felt beat after that first game. It was a barn burner. The Storm able to pull away in the final minutes to win by 15, but it was much closer than that. You want to wrap up the scoring for us in this contest?
Yeah, absolutely. Leading all scorers was Ethan English for the Storm. Dane Stewart had 5. Taylor with 10. Kobe Parker, a couple three-pointers in the second half. He had 8. Will Gray, 5. Cowser had 11. Ortiz, 2. Wilkerson, 2. Jamal Christ, a strength of 9 points in the first half. He had 13 on the day. Taking a look over at Fayetteville Tech. Tristan Harkins, really good ball game, 12 points. Jaden Pitt had 12 as well. Jackson with 4, Green with 3, Sturdivant with 6, Benitez with 5, and as we mentioned previously, outstanding game by McCormick and a losing effort with 19. Overall, the Storm only shot 68% from the free throw line, knocked down 6 3-pointers, as did Fayetteville Tech. They hit 6 as well, and ended 20 of 27 from the three-point line, or from free throw line, good for 74%. So outstanding ball game. Looking forward to the next one, but to wrap up this one, I mean, you got Davidson Davie moving forward, playing the championship game tomorrow night. Outstanding ball game here. I think we got another one, good one on the way. What do you think?
I think so. I think it's going to be a great game. It'll be a super final tomorrow, no matter who wins the second game to face the Storm. I just want to congratulate Coach Brian Hurd and Fayetteville Tech on a great season again. They started out, they dug themselves into a big hole, but Coach Hurd turned that team around this year, and they were, again, one of the best teams in Region 10 the back half of the year. They went on that 9-game winning streak to come into this tournament, and they fell short today, but they got a lot to be proud about. They can't hang their heads. They really fought hard, and they had the Storm on the ropes a little bit today. But congratulations to Davidson Davie Community College for making it to the finals. Coach Matt Ridge got his team back. They got their heads back in the ball game. They were able to turn things around in the second half and take momentum and put a lot of pressure. In the last 5-6 minutes of the game, I thought that defensive pressure for the Storm really made the difference in the game. And so they go on tomorrow night to face the winner of this next game coming up, Bryan and Stratton. We will be back in about 10 minutes for the start of that game. So Fayetteville Tech will end their season on the short end of a 77-62 loss here in Game 1. The Storm move on.